Hi, and welcome to the first update announcement for Night Run, in which we're announcing the traffic update to the game. This is an update that has been highly requested by our player community through feedback on TikTok and in Discord. We decided to prioritize this as the first major update to the game. We've been working on it for the past couple of months. So as I'm recording this, we just pushed the new build with the traffic update live to the Epic Game Store, so you can go and update your game right now or download it if you haven't already. The game is free on Epic with no ads or microtransactions or anything. So if you haven't tried it yet, please do check it out. We have added autonomous vehicles driving in 3 lanes, which are deterministically spawned on each seed. So what this means is that there is a new pattern of traffic driving on every seed in the game, and that it will be the same each time. Every time you play each seed, it's the same, and now every time you play each seed, it has the same pattern of traffic. So it's learnable and knowable. So if you want to practice a seed in seeded run mode, you can, or if you just want to play in random run mode, the scores that you achieve will be sort of competitive across all players because the layout of the track is the same and the pattern of the traffic is also the same. The modification to the scoring system is that passing vehicles now gives you 100 points at the base multiplier, and that is affected by the multiplier system. So the higher your multiplier, the more points you get for passing each vehicle, and obviously the more points you get for passing each checkpoint, which is the way that it already was. Now, we are not clearing the leaderboards for this update, right? So scores from the first version are going to persist. And so what we've done by adding the passing for the vehicles is tried to balance out the scoring so that you can still achieve similarly high scores, even though the game is now a little bit more difficult, or maybe noticeably more difficult, right? Because obviously now things like the straightaways, which were a little bit boring before, now have things for you to interact with on them. And some of the more tricky sections, if you're trying to weave through traffic and get through an S-curve, for example, it's now gotten pretty dangerous, right? So you will need to slow down a little bit and navigate, or be a little bit strategic about when you try to pass and so on. Speaking of S-curves, we have actually reduced the number of S-curve track pieces in the game. We were finding through playtesting that there were just a few cases where you would have a sharp turn right after a checkpoint, and it was just really easy to wipe out in a way that didn't really feel fun or fair. So we've actually just taken them out of the game. There are 1 or 2 S-curve pieces still in there, so there is still a chance of running into these situations. So you do need to kind of watch out, but we've dramatically reduced them. Hitting these things so often was just felt kind of unfair, and if you ended your run that way, it wasn't that great. So we've kind of nerfed that way down and thereby reduced the difficulty, even though we've added some difficulty for traffic. We've also added new tiles to the overall level generation algorithm, including some tiles with some cool big statues on them, and a couple more, interesting background details, which we think just adds to the vibe and the visuals, and also just gives you some more interesting differentiation and visuals in the background, and also balances out the number of curves and turns in the game that were a little bit skewed, that some types of turns didn't have as many, and so we're just kind of balancing the overall level generation algorithm. We've also added 6 new look profiles, which are basically post-processing lighting color schemes for more visual variety. And these are choosable by NFT holders for seeds that they own. And they are randomly distributed across the seeds that have never been customized by holders. So they'll appear a little bit less often than the original 12 look profiles, and there are 6 of those in total. So you'll see some new visual looks, and they're kind of patterned after some kind of popular cinematic kind of movie references. So you can see if you can spot the reference and make a post in the Discord if you think you can identify it. The other big news, big news, and I may even do a full video talking about this once we're able to get it approved and finished, is that Steam has reversed their previous decision banning games which use AI-generated imagery. I made a video about this on the channel when our game got rejected for this reason back in July, and now they have reversed that decision. So fingers crossed, hopefully we should be able to get the game out on Steam sometime soon. As soon as we saw the Steamworks blog post that decision had been reversed, we resubmitted the old build for approval. So we're in the approval queue. We're waiting on feedback from the Steam reviewers, and hopefully there aren't other issues that they see that would cause them to reject the submission. But if we do get through approval, we've got the new traffic build with the Steam integration and Steam achievements and stuff that we did back in July ready to go. So hopefully we'll be able to make a Steam release very soon and get a big group of new players into the game competing on the leaderboards, which would be really cool and exciting. And finally have good Steam Deck, the Steam gaming handheld console support available. Like now you could get the Epic build working on it, but it kind of takes a bunch of work and it's not as straightforward. And actually the Steam Deck was always kind of a target platform for us because, you know, some of us on the team own Steam Decks. We love playing on them. And we kind of tested and optimized Nightrun pretty heavily to run well on the Steam Deck. And so getting it out on there has always been a goal of ours, and now we're going to be able to make that a reality. So that's really exciting. So as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all your support and kind words and comments on the game, and for checking it out and playing it and joining the Discord and interacting and supporting on Twitter and all that stuff. It's all really positive and motivating for us. And yeah, we're at a really nice point with the game. We really like how it's playing and looking, and we're really happy to have some players inside it. So it's a great kind of point in the chapter of this journey. And so thank you very much, and we will see you in the next video.